love you, I'm in love with you. I don't give a fuck how many times we get it, we bump heads.
That's real.
You make me mad, I'm in love with you. Don't down me.
And so people saying Memphis rapper Fast Cash C Money just passed away. But the people that don't recognize him, he had the viral song High Off Me that went viral. If I ain't tripping, I think that's his biggest song, but he sadly just passed.
How I feel right now? 100%. I don't with nobody. And I'm finna.
Memphis had always been a city with a pulse of raw energy, a city that birthed legends and carried scars of violence. But when the breaking news hit that Fast C Money had been found dead, the entire scene was shaken to its core. This wasn't just another headline about a rapper gone too soon. It was different, it felt staged, it felt heavy, like a storm had been brewing for years and finally cracked open. Fans who had been blasting his viral anthem, High Off Me, just weeks before suddenly found themselves mourning, replaying his lyrics and searching for hidden meanings as if he had foreshadowed his own fate. Yet, what made the tragedy even more unsettling was the silence. The way people close to him seemed hesitant to speak. And then came Big Boogie, the man who changed everything. With a few cryptic words, Big Boogie lit a fire that no one could put out. He didn't mention names, but the implication was clear. Loyalty was broken, trust had been lost, and the death of C Money wasn't a random act of the streets. His tone was filled with anger, pain, and a sense of betrayal, and instantly the internet erupted, connecting dots between old rivalries, label politics, and bitter jealousy that had been bubbling beneath the surface for far too long. Overnight, what could have been dismissed as just another tragedy became the centerpiece of conspiracies, with fans convinced there was something darker, more orchestrated, and more personal at play. Big Boogie wasn't just anyone grieving publicly, he was CMG's own, standing inside Yo Gotti's empire surrounded by some of the industry's most powerful figures. That's why when his posts and videos surfaced, the world paid attention. His grief didn't sound like simple mourning. It sounded like coded warnings. He spoke of people showing fake love, of snakes in the grass, and of loyalty that meant nothing when money and power were on the table. The more people replayed his words, the more they felt like Boogie wasn't grieving in peace, he was pointing a finger without directly naming names. Fans quickly dug up old interviews, old Instagram lives, and even subliminal lyrics that hinted at fractures within CMG. Theories began to spread like wildfire. Was C Money left unprotected on purpose? Was his death convenient for someone else's? Rise? Why were CMG's bigger names so quiet, offering little more than generic condolences, while Boogie sounded like he was on the verge of spilling secrets that could tear everything apart? That silence, mixed with Boogie's raw emotion, fueled suspicion like gasoline on a flame. And soon it wasn't just fans talking. Bloggers, YouTubers, and even mainstream outlets started questioning what was really going on behind the shiny image of CMG. By now, the internet had turned into a digital courtroom. Fans began piecing together timelines, screenshots, and whispers from the streets. They noticed how, in the days following C Money's death, the biggest CMG stars stayed eerily quiet. Some offered no tribute at all. Others kept pushing their music as if nothing happened. To the outside world, it looked like C Money's life had been brushed aside, as though his presence had never mattered to the camp. Meanwhile, Boogie's energy shifted. He became more vocal, more emotional, and at times almost reckless with what he hinted at. His breakdown in one particular video showed his eyes swollen with tears, his voice shaking as he confessed that loyalty wasn't what it seemed, and that people inside the circle didn't care for him or his lost brother. That one video became the centerpiece of countless breakdowns on YouTube and TikTok, with creators pausing every frame, analyzing every expression, and concluding that Boogie was sending coded messages. Was he warning fans? Was he distancing himself from CMG before something happened to him? Or was he fighting a silent war that could end his career if he spoke too much? These questions created a storm so massive that even casual fans who had never heard of C Money were suddenly hooked to the story. The deeper people dug, the uglier it looked. Whispers from inside the Memphis scene suggested that CMG wasn't a family at all. It was a battlefield where power, money, and ego determined who thrived and who got left behind. Some speculated that Yo Gotti himself, as the head of the empire, turned a blind eye to jealousy and betrayal brewing under his nose, while others painted him as the mastermind, ensuring that only the chosen few would shine while others were disposable. C-Money, according to these theories, was caught in the crossfire of ambition, silenced because his success or his independence threatened the wrong people. And then came the speculation about Boogie's safety, the way he suddenly started speaking, about focusing only on his daughter. Cutting ties with drama and being more cautious felt less like a motivational shift and more like survival mode. Fans read between the lines. Boogie wasn't just mourning. He was protecting himself before he became the next name in a headline. Bloggers began calling it the CMG curse, suggesting that rising artists within the label either vanished, lost momentum, or met tragic ends when they threatened the balance of power. Now, the tragedy of C-Money's death has spiraled into something far larger, a symbol of the rap industry's darkest corners, where success comes at the cost of silence. Loyalty is an illusion, and betrayal can hide behind a smile. Big Boogie stands as the lightning rod in the middle of it all, a man torn between speaking out and protecting his career, between loyalty to the empire that made him and the truth about the brother he lost. Fans flood his comments daily, begging him to expose what he knows, while others warn him to stay quiet before it's too late. Meanwhile, Yo Gotti and CMG remain under a microscope, their silence viewed not as mourning, but as guilt by omission. The theories grow bolder by the day. Claims of inside setups, old grudges, and dangerous levels of envy. It's no longer just about who killed Fast C-Money. It's about whether the rap game itself is built on shadows and sacrifices. And as long as Big Boogie keeps hinting at betrayal, the story will only grow, the speculation will only intensify, and the truth, whatever it may be, will remain buried beneath layers of power, fear, and silence. What started as heartbreak has become a movement, a mystery, and a chilling reminder that in the music industry, every smile might hide a dagger, and every tragedy might have a hidden hand behind it.